One more player I got to ask you about, Augie. It's a player we always ask you about, but Christian Pulisic. And it's kind of the same question every time. Things have changed at Chelsea. What does it mean for Christian Pulisic? Like this time around, does Frank Lampard coming in, Graham Potter moving on, have any impact on his potential future at the club?
I don't think he does, to be honest. Obviously, Lampard is just passing through. He's a caretaker, and he ain't going to be longer than that as he's looking at the way results are going. I think that as it is right now, they might want to sack the caretaker and bring a firefighter in because it's a mess. But the situation with Pulisic is basically reliant on who comes in, isn't it? I mean, there are so many different contrasting styles of coach that they're looking at that, it could be Luis Enrique, it could be Julian Nagelsmann, it could be Pochettino, it could be Luciano Spalletti, it could be Carlo Ancelotti, it could be Ruben Amorim at Sporting Lisbon. All of these guys have different philosophies and I guess different outlooks on the game. So for Pulisic, I mean, listen, if I was Christian Pulisic, I'd be looking to get a move right now because he's had so many coaches at Chelsea, so much upheaval. They're not in the Champions League next year, they're not in Europe next year. So you might find that this is a good time to move on and play for a club that's in one of the European competitions because the summer at Chelsea is going to be brutal. There's going to be, they've got 33 first-team players. So they're probably going to lose at least 8 or 9. And it probably would do him a favour to get going because they brought in Mudryk, they brought in, who knows what will happen with João Felix, I imagine he'll go back. But they've got a lot of attacking players and he's probably 6th or 7th down the list now because he came so long ago. So I think for the sake of his career, he needs to move on because Chelsea at the moment are a club in a mess. The club that could be anything next season. So Pulisic needs to go and rebuild his career elsewhere. I think he's too good to be wanting to play for 3 or 4 games because it just depends on the managers. But I don't think whoever it is will give Christian Pulisic the games he wants. So I'd move on. And there are good options in the Premier League. There's Aston Villa, there's Newcastle that have always been quite keen. Clubs in Europe, I think the league would suit him, but I think you'll get a decent move this summer, Christian Pulisic.
Augie, very quickly, 20 seconds. Give me the team you want to see him in the Premier League. What would he make the most sense?
Oh, I think he'd be good at Aston Villa. I think Unai Emery is a good coach, a smart coach who'd get the best out of him. So if Aston Villa have got the ambition to get him, I think it'd be a good move for him, a club on the up.
There it is. Christian Pulisic to Aston Villa. I like it from Mark Ogden. You can read his work on the website. Augie, when's your next trip to Wrexham?
Saturday.
There it is. All
Saturday.
Right. So we'll look forward to
I might get a holiday home
there of Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney's good work. Thanks a lot, Augie. Good to have you on the show.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.